Hey guys, what's going on? It's DuconRed1 and I welcome you to our second place contestant of the castle contest. This castle here belongs to Frans, Li0nite, Gallazia and Thregollas. They have made an absolutely beautiful castle, very fantasy inspired and very interesting interiors. Some things don't really fit together as far as cohesion, however, they are very nice, they look great, and as far as the castle contest is concerned, it worked out really well. Just remember that the judging criteria were defense, originality, and interior/detail, and I think this castle really does a good job with all three categories, and it won second place, of course, so they did a great job, and they were only 3 points behind first place, so yeah, it was a pretty close there, and actually third place was only two points behind that, I think. Yeah, 2 points behind this, so yeah, it was all pretty close. So anyways, they did a great job. This was a lot of fun to judge. The contest in general was a lot of fun to judge, and really excited to show you guys through this plot. So what we're going to do is go ahead and just kind of look through this exterior stuff really fast. I'm not sure where we want to start from. There really isn't a start point specified. But I guess what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start here. As you can see, we have a little watchtower here. The interior, however, is not finished. It is just open inside. But the outside looks pretty cool. It's a pretty interesting idea having the two tiers of the tower coming up. The only thing that I've really, I know they do this in real life and such, and I know how they do it on the inside. But so few people do it. You see how you have this larger circumference on the bottom, and then it suddenly becomes this towards the top. Now the way they did that is they would have supports coming up into that, but it takes out a lot of space, especially in the Minecraft building. But you know, a lot of people tend to miss that. They think that this roof or something in here holds it up, but that is not the case. And so I just kind of want to point that out to you guys. So if you are building a tower like this, always make sure that this sort of like inner circle top part here is supported by the foundation. Now this is a really cool way in order to get into the castle here. As you can see, it's a spiral way to get in. As you can see, you can come up all the way around, and it brings you all the way around to over here. Now I don't think there's anything over here. No, there's not. So the way to get in is right here. It would take you inside, so that is pretty cool, but that has nothing to do with the castle. We're just kind of looking through here, enjoying the scenery. Looks like we have a cheese cellar right there. A cheesery, a place, or I'm not sure what it'd be called. Would it be called a creamery or a cheesery, a curdler? I forget what the cheese people would be called. There's a special name for people making cheese. I'm pretty sure there is. So if you guys, like cobbler makes makes shoes, or there's other, like, certain names like that. It's not just like, potter makes pots, cobbler makes shoes, there's like a weird name for it, so pretty sure that's how it works. But anyway, there's a little town through here, as you can see, and the style is very simple, just very plain gray thatch roofs, a little bit of grass on top, and you got the simple spruce borders. You come inside, very simple bed, and very just simple everything going on inside. So but that's the house style. They did a pretty good job on that. Nothing really too special to see, but it is really cool. It's fun to explore if you want to come through here and explore. Now, if you guys want to come and check this out, I need to figure out what it's called. There should be a message board somewhere saying what the plots or what the castle is called. I don't know, though. There has to be a sign. Here we go, right here. This is Statsua Quick Dies to each his day given. Okay, so no, that's not the name of the castle. I don't know what the name of the castle is, so I don't know what to call this place. Okay, guys, so after some talking to some people, I have figured out the name will be /set warp TWA. That stands for the White Archipelagos. So set warp TWA. We'll send you right here, and you can go ahead and check this out for yourself. We are on the Raven.org server. Make sure that you have Conquest and Optify and all that good stuff installed. Otherwise, you won't be seeing any of this good stuff. So, yeah, be sure to be all set up for this. So, anyways, we're going to be walking through this little bit here, just looking through what they have in the surrounding town. I don't want to miss too much because there is a lot to see. It was not mandatory for them to do really any of this, but it is a really nice addition to the plot, especially detail-wise. It really gave them, you know, a plus as far as detail is concerned because it looks nice around the castle. So, like, if you're standing right here on the castle and you look out, it looks great. Like, you can see the fields and everything just looks very well placed and everything. Now, obviously, the fields, being that we're on a plot, are smaller than what they should be, but they still look really nice as they are. So, good job on that. You for Frans, Gallazia, Li0nite, and Thregollas. 4 very good builders, and one of which is a Grand Architect. Frans is a Grand Architect, so he's a very good builder. So anyways, as we are searching through this a little bit, we'll find some more things to look at and see what there is to see. And then we will start looking through the castle, and I'll tell you why they got second place, and hopefully that will work out pretty well. So yeah, the fields here, this is actually a pretty good sized field there. That gives you the idea of what a field actually should look like. It would go back quite a bit, I guess, and this is actually a pretty good sized field right there. As you can see, those are probably more like gardens or something like that. But yeah, pretty cool. So we got some apple trees along these paths going around the field. As you can see, some apple trees, because they would like some apples, make some apple cider, or just eat apples. You know, apples are good, depending on if they're crispy. I don't know about you guys, but I like me some nice, crispy, sweet apples. I think they're called Fuji apples are my favorite. They're sort of bigger, they're very crisp, and they're very delicious. There's also this down here. This is kind of doesn't really make too much sense to me, but there is a really, there's a pretty big pirate thing going on in here. As you can see, you come in here and this is a pirate cave, and looks like it's full of lots and lots of pirates. It's very, very cluttery in here. It makes it almost not very enjoyable to look through because it's so cluttered, but it still looks pretty good. I like it a lot. And you come in here, it looks like there's like a little sacrificial supernatural thing going on. Oh, no, this is a spider. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, so this is a little spider's nest here, and maybe it goes up the cave and it collects its food from the pirates up there. Some candles down here that indicate maybe some people come down here, and we're just going to keep following this cave down. Let me go ahead and grab a torch so you guys can see a little better. But yeah, this is really interesting. Very, you know, it's very fantasy, seeing that there's all this greenery down here, but the cave just keeps on going. Let's see if it keeps going from here. I think that this actually might be the end. I don't think there's any more, yeah, I don't think it keeps going from here. Okay, well, that's still pretty cool. I like this quite a bit. It looks very interesting. Got a very nice little tiered kind of thing going on where the waterfalls come down, and then it goes to this final pool. It would be pretty cool if there was something down here, like an end goal, something exciting to see. But there might be. It's just maybe I'm missing it, but I don't know. It might just be a cave even at that. So still pretty cool. They did a good job on that. I think this was actually Gallazia's project down here, because I remember Gallazia asking me to come tell them what I thought about it. So yeah, pretty cool. So we're gonna actually get out of this pirate cave now. It's a pretty interesting thing going down here. You guys can explore through this if you want later on. Remember, it's Warp TWA, the White Archipelago. Archipelago, I don't know, whatever it's called. Alright, so then we come over here, and we got snow here. I'm not sure why there's snow there, but there is snow there. And then the underwater is pretty interesting. If you want to go down there, there's some invisible glass. So all you had to do is you slash through, and you can go check it out. I'm not quite sure what that is, but there is some pretty interesting stuff. There's that too. Oh, maybe it's supposed to be coral, because there's two of them. I don't know. There's no fish or anything. It would have been cool to see maybe if they built a shark down there or something of that sort. And also, they did the terrain in this method using the custom script tools like laser, erode, and stuff like that. One of these days, I'll have to learn it and make a video about it, but it's a really handy tool in order to make terrain. All right, so now we're going to look specifically at this castle, and so it was judged on 3 categories: defense, defense, originality, and detail/interior. So defensively, it's quite a nice setup. Like, I feel like attacking and taking a castle like this would be very difficult. However, you know, from a castle this size, you would think that it would only be attacked by a small force because they're, you know, it is a fairly big castle, but it's small. Like, you know, it's still pretty small. It's a pretty small castle. And so you would expect the fighting force would be rather small, you know, to attack something like this. But once we go underground, you'll see this massive treasury, and that would indicate that there would be a huge army attacking this, in which case this castle would stand no chance, because, you know, this castle would only have so many defenders, whereas the attackers would just be, you know, innumerable. You know, for a treasury that big, you could just imagine there'd just be fleets upon fleets of ships here, and, you know, line upon formation of soldiers attacking. So it would be pretty interesting seeing this thing, seeing this place try to withhold against that. So you would imagine a castle like this would probably have about 300 defenders, maybe 400, 500. So that would still be pretty good. It'd be, you know, they have plenty of choke points and such. However, that entrance right there, all of this is extremely vulnerable. At least in my opinion, it is. I feel like you could easily get through this door. I mean, they can shoot down from the sides and everything. So that was a little, for me at least, that was a downfall of this. So anyway, defensively, it's pretty good. They did a good job with it. So that's scored like a medium. And then for detail, obviously detail is really good. You know, they did a really good job, you know, just looking at the snow layers here, and, you know, they got all kinds of things going around. Interior is great. You know, it's very pleasant to look through, very enjoyable to see. And so we scored that pretty high. And then originality actually scored more or less mediocre, because you know, it is pretty original, so it was above average, of course, but the originality, you know, as far as I remember, was pretty mediocre. But still, they were second place. They did a good job, so we really enjoyed this castle as we judged it. So pretty cool, very fantasy. And I like this little tree here. Pretty cool idea here to have like a little garden overlooking the sea. It'd be very beautiful. Like, just imagine the view, just this, you know, this vast ocean looking out. Maybe little bits of stone poking out of the water. You can imagine that at some points. But yeah, pretty nice. So now we're going to sort of explore through here a little bit before we go down below and show you the underground. I actually think that it would be better for me to actually come in from the front entrance. That way you guys get the idea of the defense of this castle. Say if you're attacking from the ground. So first you would have to come up this little causeway here. Not really too much, you know, obviously you could attack all around. So you come up here, you're surrounded in the banners of the house. You have the blue and white. Obviously we only have 2 types of banners that are available to us in the paintings, so we have to make do with what we have. But still, it's pretty cool there. We got stables in here. Looks like we got stables for 3 horses. Yeah, it looks like 3 horses in here. And then you come up here a little bit, and so this here is a kill box. The defenders would be able to shoot down on the enemy as they're coming up along here. So like, they could take this wall, you know, by ladders and such. But then there's this wall, and it is separated from the lower outside curtain wall. That's kind of what this wall is. It's more or less a curtain wall. So then you would come through. You have a gate here that they would have to get through, and then you have several, ways to go from here. You can go into that tower, which leads up to, it looks like the Lord's bedroom, which is pretty interesting. So basically, the Lord has his own tower. He would access it from the outside. It looks. I'm not sure if he could access it from. No, he couldn't. I was thinking maybe there was a way. Yeah, there is. Okay. So he would walk actually through here to get up there. So that's pretty interesting. They did a good job with that. I always love exploring the interiors a little bit. There's lots of interesting things and cool ways to get everywhere. I love the mazy feel of castles. Like, I always want to get confused and lost. However, I have a pretty good sense of direction. I usually know kind of where I am. But it does get, since this is kind of like my building style is building mazy, I'm kind of used to it, and it makes sense to me. So, but yeah, it looks like we come in here. I'm not quite sure what this room is. More or less probably a foyer, because it looks like you have two stairs, like a place where like a landing where the stairs come up, and then you have two ways to go up to the next level. And then you come up here, and let's find some significant rooms to see. So we have like a larger hallway here. It looks like we're gonna come into a room here. All right, so we have a bedroom there. Pretty great, pretty good detail. And it looks like an office here, maybe for a marshal or someone of that nature. Maybe a captain of the guard. Who knows? Obviously, someone like that would need an office to coordinate soldiers and coordinate guard shifts and stuff. So, pretty cool there. So let's see what else there is to see. We want to find some larger rooms, little place for servants or maybe even guards there. We're going to go up here. I'm not quite a fan of the stone ceiling, but okay, it works. All right, it looks like, I'm not sure, this isn't grander, or even this isn't more grand than the other one we've seen in the other tower. So I imagine that this is probably like maybe a prince. Maybe a prince would live in here, or maybe a general. Who knows? There's a lot of possibilities for who could possibly live in that area. But we want to go up. We want to go up because that is where the rest of the stuff is, and we're getting really confused now. So let's just kind of go in through the outside. Let's find certain areas that we can check out. All right, so here's the chapel. This is where their faith would be. I pray to thee, please bring back our metadatas. Amen. I like that. That is a very good prayer. But yeah, this is apparently the Church of the Metadatas. So we pray for to bring back the metadatas. So that is a very good faith. I might actually take that idea. That's a great idea. I love that. Whoever came up with that, what of you for? Let me know in the comments below and tell me who came up with that idea, because that was really, really good. So yeah, we're gonna go down and check out what else there is to see. I don't want to go through here too fast. I don't want to get you guys all confused, but what you could do again is you can just come on the server and explore it for yourself. All I am here for is for those of you that really don't want to come on and check it out, you guys can just come on over to the Raven server, the only reason I'm here, goodness, is for you that don't want to come on the server to just, watch this video and see the highlights of it, I guess. But yeah, here is the king's bedroom. I imagine it's very grand, very nice looking. It looks really, really cool. You have a nice little vantage point over the ocean and the archipelago out there. I really like this room, actually. It's really cool. So yeah, now we are actually going to go down into the depths underneath this castle. Now, in my opinion, it does not really make sense what is underneath the castle. I mean, the throne room is bigger than this castle itself, so it's very, very, very grand. But I'm sure there's lore about it. Frans had told me that there was some type of lore explaining why it is as it is, so I'm not going to read that, but, I'm sure that there is. So here is the rookery. Okay, so very cool. Mission accomplished. And also the cool thing is that there's all these rooms in the cliffs here. Here is a chamber or a prison where a prisoner would be kept, obviously. Maybe it's old. Maybe it's not used anymore. I'm not quite sure how that works out, but yeah, it looks like it's sort of like the moon, the doors. What was that place called? The place on Westeros. The Eyrie has those prisons that are at the way at the top of the mountain. So that if you jump off, you're dead. So you can't really sleep or anything because you might roll off and die. So that wouldn't be good. So now we are looking at a little bit of the underground. This is sort of the cellars underneath the castle. It looks pretty interesting. They did a good job with it, I think. You got lots of armor and weapons and certain things of that sort. And now we're going to keep going down this spiral staircase here. And this will probably bring us down to where we want to be, which is down in the depths of the castle. But here we go. Here's the entrance into the archipelago here. I'm sure you can go up the stairs there. Go down that ladder. Go across. And this brings you to this little pinnacle of a tower. Pretty interesting. Then you have a little bit of a dockyard out here. Looks like a place where they would actually bring cargo in to fill up the cellars and such, full of all the drinks and meats and stuff like that. So there are 2 entrances to get down into the cellars here, or maybe it's just one. But still, this would be a great place for engineers to tunnel into the ground if they got past that gate. And also, this would be rather difficult to flood because it goes up here. So they did a good job with that. Little armory, a little place for some armor and weapons. And then this is where it starts getting a little tricky. You come down this way, and it brings you down to the throne room of the White Archipelago. It brings you way down into the depths here. So we're going to keep going down. We have a cross to meet us here. And then bam, this is what you are met with, this giant underground throne room where a bunch of people can sit around and counsel and talk and all that good stuff. A little kitchen over here where they could make all the food and such. An elevator that goes all the way up to the cellars up above. So it's really well done. I really like it. It has a really cool look to it. Let me just kind of sit here and just kind of show you guys what it looks like. Or maybe even go up here and show you what it looks like from up above. As you can see, you have a 4-quarter circle around, and then you have a sort of a mostly circle. I'm not sure what that's called. But anyway, you have a circular table in the middle, and so there could be a lot of people in here eating, drinking, being merry, etc. But you got chairs all the way around the outside as well, where people can eat. So very big throne room, and it's circular, so not many throne rooms are like this. This is a pretty unique throne room in my opinion. So maybe this will give you guys some ideas on making a throne room like this. Maybe if you're going to build a massive castle or something, because most castles, their throne rooms are lengthwise. So that is pretty interesting, and that is really, really cool. I love that. This is made using a map. Basically, I'm not going to explain it because I'm not quite sure of it myself, but you take a map and you figure out, a chunk, and then you basically, it's pixel art. That's what that is. So, but yeah, that's really cool. I really like that. You have the bird, the scepter, and whatever that is. I forget what that's called, but it's something royal and such. So that is really cool. I want to know if that's original art or if someone just copied that from somewhere. But that is really cool. So here is the throne there, overlooking the room here. And so lots of cool things in here. So anyway, we've spent enough time in the throne room. Now we are going to go to the treasury. So fiat voluntas Dei, may God's will be done. So it makes you feel like this is a very religious, religious culture going on here. But then again, the religion of the metadatas on raven.org is very, very passionate. We want metadators back, or we don't want metadators. We want an alternative back. We want our blocks. That is what we want. We want Mojang to support us. But will Mojang support us? Probably not. And they probably never will. So, oh well. We'll have to figure something out around it. So now we are in the treasury. Like I said, if anyone knew that there was a treasury like this, anyone like would say, all right, yeah, let's attack that castle, let's take it. And so yeah, you can imagine the force that would be sent to take this gold would be massive. And so that's one thing that's kind of a downfall is defensively, is a castle this small having a treasury that big. It's pretty crazy. All right, so now we're in here. What is this? Is this like a personal dance hall? Serious accidents? Okay. Maybe, okay, so this is like a bathroom. All right. I'm still not quite sure what this is. I can't put my finger on it, but I'm sure... something's telling me I know what it is, but I don't want to say it, so I don't know. Oh, it's a dance hall. It's a ballroom. That's what it is. Okay, so you have some music players up here or something. So someone would dance down here. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of things to see in here. It looks like this is a old, abandoned part of the castle. Again, we're still by the treasury, so it's a lot of underground stuff going on here. But it's very abandoned. No one lives down here anymore. And what are these beds? Why is there 3 beds in here? Are these cribs? Those are some big babies. But anyway, we'll keep moving on. We got a very royal bedroom down here. What used to be... yeah, that is supposed to be a crib. Okay, interesting. But why? Maybe it was for giants. It kind of makes sense. I don't know, because there's large everything. I don't know. We'll just keep moving on. If you guys want to read the lore, I'm not quite sure where you would find that, but I'm sure it would be somewhere in the vicinity of where we are right now. Let's see if there's anything over here to explore. I'm sure there's a lot more things to see around here. It would make sense for maybe some kind of door here at the end. No, there isn't. Okay, so there's only that little bit over here. Oh, and there's also a way to go down. So let's go down here a little bit and see what's down in this part. Just some more bedrooms for the guards and such like that. Little overflow rooms. So if ever there was an attack or something, the royalty and, you know, overflow, all the refugees could be sent down here. I would love to be, you know, they'd probably be sleeping in the gold here. Like, ah, yes. While the catapults and trebuchets are blasting away at the castle above. You can imagine lots of people being down here, so that's a pretty interesting thought. So anyways, that is The White Archipelago by Frans, Gallazia, Thregollas, and Li0nite. They did a great job. Really enjoyed searching through this. Again, the interiors were quite enjoyable to look through because they aren't too cluttered, and that's a big thing. You know, we don't like cluttered interiors. Well, at least I don't. I've had a problem with that myself at some points, but I'm trying to steer away from that. I'm trying to get back into building in general, so just give me some more time as far as that's concerned, and I'm sure at some point we'll be able to do that. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you guys want to come check this out for yourself, just do /warptwa, and that'll bring you right here to the front, and you can check this out for yourself, again, on the raven.org server. Lots of things to see, lots of inspiration, lots of neat, cool stuff. So, I really appreciate you guys, you as my viewers. I'm actually really surprised since I've been gone, you know, or not gone, but since I've been, you know, sort of, you know, pulling back, you know, for a while. I'm still getting a lot of views and everything is still really up, but that's because of my Velos Theory video. We're up to 50,000 views over there, and it's really difficult these days to get anywhere in YouTube because YouTube is so diluted in content. You know, to find, like, you know, for people to find me is, you know, is a feat. You know, it's not easy anymore because there's so much stuff. And so that is a really difficult thing. Like, even 2 years ago was so much easier. You know, that's where I could have gotten, you know, a ton of subscribers. But at this point of time, you know, only a miracle will ever make this channel, you know, really big. So we're just gonna keep chugging along little by little, and I appreciate every one of you, so thank you so much for your support, and I look forward to making more videos in the future. So I will see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I have a Facebook and a Twitter you guys can go check out. I try to keep you updated on what's going on over there. So say if I do leave for a while, or if you notice that I'm inactive, maybe I'll do my best to update you guys over there and give you sort of like a heads up of what's going on. So again, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Till then, bye-bye.